Hello viewers, welcome to another fresh episode on Tech Review. My name is James and you are in the right place. Today we are going to be talking about an amazing topic. Top 10 best phones in the world right now. Don't be shocked, your number one phone might not even make up the top 10 list. So let's dive in properly. Number 10 spot is Asus ROG 9 Pro. Display is 6.78 inches. CPU is Super Dragon 8 Lite. Storage is expandable 512 gigabyte or 1 terabyte. Rear camera 50 megapixel main, 32 megapixel ultra wide. Front camera is 32 megapixel. Weight is 8. Battery life is 20 hours 34 minutes. Reason to buy, it has the best battery life. Super Beast Snapdragon 8 Lite powered performance. Plenty of gaming features. Game lovers will be cool with this one. And reason to avoid, it has a dual camera. But Asus ROG 9 phone product is an amazing phone for gamers. If you're a game lover, Asus ROG 9 Pro stand a chance to be the best gaming phone right now in the world. At number 9 spot, we have the OnePlus One, the best for foldable phone overall, with a specification of interior of 7.82 inches. CPU is Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, RAM is 16 gigabytes, storage slash expandable 512 gigabytes, rear camera of 48 megapixel main and 48 megapixel ultra wide. Front camera is 20 megapixel. Weight is 8.43 ounce. Battery life is 11.45 hours. Reason to buy: dynamic open canvas multitasking, long battery paired with fast charging, generous of 112 storage. Reason to avoid: weak low light camera performance, no wireless charging. OnePlusopen phone is one of the best amazing phone with amazing features in the world right now. Come on, you can't talk about phone without talking about Samsung Galaxy S24 FE, a foldable phone with AI powers, display of 6.7 inches, CPU is Exynos 2400, RAM of 8 gigabytes, storage is 128 gigabytes with or 256 gigabytes, rear camera of 15 megapixel wide, 12 megapixel ultra wide, 8 megapixel telephoto, front camera of 10 megapixel, weight is 7.51, battery life of 11.38 hours. Reason to buy: Galaxy AI features found on more expensive flagship, brilliant looking display, 7 years of software support. Reason to avoid: soft looking selfie camera, battery life not as good as S24 flagship. And number 7, we have the OnePlus 13R, best flagship alternative with a display of 6.78 inches OLED, CPU of Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, RAM of 12 gigabytes. It has the storage of 256 gigabytes, rear camera of 50 megapixel, 8 megapixel ultra wide, 50 megapixel telephoto, front camera of 16 megapixel, weight is 7.3, battery life is 18.49 hours. Reason to buy: battery outlast its predecessors, improved camera, improved zoom lens, strong Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 performance. Reason to avoid: cheaper 128 model is discontinued, some AI features lack polish. And number 6, when it comes to phone, you, you can't say less about iPhone. The best banging buck ratio in Apple's phone right now. iPhone 16 stands at number 6 spot, display of 6.1 inches, CPU of A18, RAM NA, storage expandable 128 gigabytes, 256 gigabytes and 512 gigabytes. Rear camera of 48 megapixel wide, 12 megapixel ultra wide, front camera 12 megapixel, weight is 6, battery life 12.43 hours. Reason to buy: vibrant color choice, strong A18 performance, refresh ultra wide camera. Reason to avoid: still stuck with the 60 Hz display. Apple intelligence features are nothing too groundbreaking. And number 5 spot is OnePlus 13, the best value flagship for Android. The display of 6.82 inches, CPU of Snapdragon 8 Lite, RAM is 12 gigabytes and 16 gigabytes, storage expandable 256 gigabytes and 512 gigabytes. Rear camera of 15 megapixel main, ultra wide 50 megapixel. For telephoto, we have the 50 megapixel telephoto, front camera 32 megapixel, weight is 7.4, battery life 19.45 hours. Reason to buy: beautiful, more usable display, big battery with fast charging speed, 1+1 best ever camera. Reason to avoid: below average software support, photos can be too bright in certain situations. And number 4 spot is Google Pixel 8a, the best phone value, with the display of 6.1 inches, CPU of 10 sensor Gen 3, RAM is 8 gigabytes, storage and expandable of 128 gigabytes and 256 gigabytes, rear camera of 64 megapixel wide, front camera 34 megapixel, weight is 6.8 ounce, battery life 11.21 hours. Reason to buy: brighter screen than ever, much improved battery life over recent Pixel, 7 years of software and security updates. Reason to avoid: few camera changes from Pixel 7a. And number 3 spot, we have the Google Pixel 9 Pro, the best AI features on a phone, with the specification of display of 6.3 inches OLED, CPU of 10 sensor Gen 4, RAM of 16 gigabytes, storage of 128 gigabytes, 256 gigabytes, 512 gigabytes, 1 terabyte. Rear camera of 15 megapixel wide, 48 megapixel ultra wide, 48 megapixel telephoto, front camera of 42 megapixel, weight is 7, battery life is 13.30 hours. Reason to buy: super bright display, vastly improved battery life, excellent camera performance. Reason to avoid: 10 sensor G4 chip lags other top Android chipsets in performance. And another thing is that as pricey as larger Pixel 8 Pro. And number 2 spot, we have the best phone from Samsung, which is Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, with the display of 6.8 inches OLED, CPU of Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, RAM is 12 gigabytes, storage 256 gigabytes, 512 gigabytes, 1 terabyte, rear camera of 200 megapixel main, 12 megapixel ultra wide, 50 megapixel telephoto, battery life is 16.45 hours. Reason to buy: practical AI features, 7 years of software updates, incredible processor power, 5 times zoom lens isn't as powerful as S23 Ultra 10 times lens, more expensive than before. Number 1 spot, we have the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Come on, let's give it up for Apple. They did a nice job on this one. iPhone 16 Pro Max boasts the largest display ever in an iPhone at 6.9 inches, as well as the longest tested battery life of any iPhone yet. We also appreciate the camera upgrade and camera control button, but Apple Intelligence lacked that wow feature for now, and the charging speed could use a boost. And that is that about top 10 best phone in the world right now. Don't forget to comment, don't forget to share, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more updates.